And we're going to talk about a barbecue pit that Grady Jr. Martell, my cousin in Nome, made for me. Actually, for my father-in-law in probably 86 or 87. I still got the old pit, still use it, cook it. He done put me another bottom in it probably 20 years ago. The pit's probably 87 to whatever. What is that? 40 years?
33 years.
33 years, however long. Still using the old pit. Anyway, we had pa-in-law had his mother-in-law old wood stove that he had converted into a barbecue pit. And you could control it about like you could control a flood in regards to the heat and the smoke. There's no control. So we're over there cooking one day, and I'm looking at this thing, and I said, God, man, you need a barbecue pit, to myself. So he had some 18-inch pipe.
We still have the wood stove, don't we?
Yeah, we still got the wood stove. I use it to store my charcoal and such in for my barbecue pit. Anyway, he had some 18-inch pipe by the old shop, but it had that green coating or whatever they put on pipelines. Believe me, that stuff, you cannot get it off of there. It's tough. So my brother-in-law, Harvey, he tried to burn it off with a blowtorch. Then he tried to use his cutting torch. It cut it, but I mean, it was impractical to take it off that way. So I had Harvey, he cut me maybe 32-inch piece, 36 inches off this piece of pipe. So pa-in-law had a bunch of old board road he had piled up. He used when he'd kill a hog and scald his hog. That's what he'd used for his fire to scrape his hogs with. So I asked him one day. I said, "What are you gonna do with all that old board road there by the shop?" He said, "Oh, it's getting rotten." I said, "Yeah, it's getting pretty bad shape. What are you gonna do with it?" "Oh, nothing. Probably burn it." I said, "Can I have it?" "Sure." So after Harvey cut me this piece of pipe, we tried to get this coating off. I said, "Well, I'm going to set this board road on fire." Big pile of it. Hell, I mean, big old pile of wood. So I put that piece of pipe on top of that board road. Wood. I don't mean a board road. I mean the wood off of a board road. Set it afire, and that pipe got cherry ass red. And when it rolled it off of there, and I sprayed it with a water hose, and it just pretty and shiny and gone. I mean, it's ready. So I loaded up. I had some rebar left when I built this house. We used that for different things on the pit, for handles and the hinges and different things, a stand. Anyway, I took it to Grady Jr. and the hinges. Went and bought me some hinges. Took it to Grady Jr. and Nome. He built me a hell of a barbecue pit. I said, "Don't worry about the chipping or the painting. I'll do that. Just make me the pit." So I brought it here to the shop, pa-in-law's shop. And after work, I'd go there and chip and grind. And he'd come in and brag on that barbecue pit. How, man, that's going to be a good barbecue. We're going to cook some good meat on that barbecue. Yeah. So finally I got it done, got it all sprayed, put that barbecue black on it. Here come the old man. "Hey, old partner," I said, "why don't we load this pit up back in my old truck? We'll go back to your house, we'll get us each a pearl beer, and we'll go to the house and set it on a stand, and we'll concrete it in the ground, and I'll have my barbecue pit." "Okay, Michael, that's a good idea." So we loaded up, drive back to his house. He goes inside. I said, "Go and get us each a pearl." He goes there and gets the beer out. And I'm sitting on the side, on the tailgate with the barbecue pit. I look at him and I say, Happy Father's Day. He sits down and starts, he didn't cry, but he got watery eyed. So instead of setting it on a stand at my house, we took the stand and set it at his house. He had a Father's Day barbecue pit. And then he put a stand at the pens for the barbecue pit. And when we'd go pen cattle, after we got them penned, I'd set the pit afire and we'd cook for the cowboy, for the hands.